Okay, welcome back everybody. I'm going to now talk about Haunted Ohio 3 by Chris Woodyard. I might have mentioned the fact that I was writing a urban legends type haunted thing about northern Kentucky and Ohio, and Cincinnati in particular. I got a chapter that's on the art museum because I knew that there was a story, and I remembered reading it in here that talks about it. And I mentioned this book in the chapter that I wrote, and I'm still working on it. But I want to read this. It's about the Cincinnati Art Museum. It's called A Cabinet of Curiosities. It says, that's what the title of this thing is called. I'm going to read this to you. It says, Michael Berger, formerly an educational coordinator in the Cincinnati Art Museum, told me these stories from the museum. And, of course, the names have been changed to protect the innocent and not so innocent. But it says, in 1985, a security guard named Jim at the Museum of Art was strolling through the upstairs painting galleries late one weekend afternoon. Off the Spanish Renaissance painting gallery is another gallery built to resemble a church apse about 500 AD, with the wall paintings on rough stone walls and a dome. I've seen it. It looks like a graveyard to me, or a cemetery, or something like that. Casually, Jim glanced into the church gallery. There in the doorway was a black draped figure. It was nearly 7 feet tall, draped in an inky black hooded robe with long full sleeves. Jim stared at it for a few seconds, and his mouth fell open as the thing rose into the air and went through the ceiling. A couple of years later, Jim still gasped for breath as he told about it. Jim swears it was the most scary thing he's ever seen. There are also other eerie spots in the museum. A dark bronze cast of a tomb sculpture for Frank Duvenek's wife Elizabeth is known jocularly by some museum staff as the dead Duvenek. It lies in eerie state in a gallery by itself, and some guards have seen a ghostly female figure rise from it and hover over the statue. Many museum treasures are seen only rarely because of space limitations. Yeah, I've been in the place, there ain't much room. And it's in an original building sitting on a hill. And the art school's there too, so, you know, if they ever start kicking the art students out of there, that's probably where they'll stuff the rest of it. In the depths of the museum was a storage room holding a number of pieces of oriental furniture carved in dark wood with strange twisted figures, some inlaid eyes of mother of pearl that glittered in the dim light. 2 maintenance workers were in the habit of slipping into this room for after lunch naps. Frank had just stretched himself out on a roll of Turkish carpet when a noise made him open his eyes. There, suspended in the air only a few inches from his face, would be Jim's face, or Frank's face, I'm sorry, Frank's face was a glowing greenish demonic face. The face grinned at Frank. Frank yelped and scrambled to his feet. Frank dodged around pieces of furniture, but wherever Frank went, the demon's face blocked his way, and was still leering. Somehow, Frank got out of the room and fled to the locker room in search of his buddy, Ted. Frank tried to act nonchalant, but Ted looked at him strangely. Frank, you don't look so good. You saw it too, didn't you? Ted asked, and Ted described the same ghostly green face. When Frank told this story, he wondered if the thing had come out of some piece of furniture in the storeroom. After all, Frank said, looking at those carvings of demons and monsters and dragons that writhe all over the Chinese furniture, the sculptor had to use something for a model, didn't he? I loved reading these books. I somehow managed to misplace the other 3. This is, you know, there's Haunted Ohio 1, Haunted Ohio 2, Haunted Ohio 3, which is this book, and Haunted Ohio 4. Well, I wish I could find the other 3 books, like I said, because they're pretty interesting reads, and I would recommend them too. Excuse me. So I'm going to pause here so I can upload this video, the other 3 videos, and another video that I shot yesterday. So This video and the previous ones, with the exception of that first video I shot, not the one here, but it's another one at somebody else's house, I'm going to load into the Halloween montage. So if I come up with more stuff, not to mention to encourage you to watch the videos following this one, which will be about Annie Lennox's Love Song for a Vampire, and another musical video, and then I'm going to probably attach the videos of like my husband and I going from Dixie Chili to past Bobby Mackey's on home. I think the video is called Going Home Past Bobby Mackey's or something like that. It's got the title in it. Well, anyway, I want to pause here, and if I have more videos to shoot, I will shoot them definitely and put them in the Halloween thing if I think of more Halloween related stuff. So for right now, I'm going to pause, and I hope you guys have a good evening, and I want to wish you guys a happy Halloween. Bye-bye.